Hey friends, Dash again. And Peach. She's gonna be my sidekick today. We're gonna do some cleaning up around our property. Some wind just takes garbage and gets caught in the trees every once in a while. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna use our Redline Systems 60-inch bucket to help us clean up because it's just got larger volume. It'll hold more stuff. And we got some other information to share with you along the way. So let's get after it. Hey, I gotta say that I am thoroughly impressed with my local dealership, RDO Lawn and Land here in Bismarck. Not sponsored by them in any type of way whatsoever. That's just where I bought the 1025R. They've taken great care of me. Kudos to them, shout out to them. I know some of the guys there and gals, they watch these videos, so you guys are awesome and you guys deserve the recognition for helping me out. I got a call, and I don't know if your dealership does this. I don't think that I'm getting any type of special treatment whatsoever either. I think they just do this with all of their customers. They had called me about a week ago or so and said, hey, your warranty is going to run out in April. So if you have any work that needs to be done to it that could be covered under warranty, bring it in before then and we'll fix it up for you. So that's what they did. I brought it in and had some little stuff here taken care of. And things like the 3-point hitch lever, there's some friction washers in there. They replaced those for me. I had a leaky coupler down to my loader connections. They fixed one of those. And then one of the other things is there was the air cleaner on some of these older models. I think it's prior to 2018. They had a different style air cleaner that would come loose, and mine was coming loose. And so if you don't fix it, then it'll crack the valve cover, and then you'll have oil everywhere. So mine was coming loose, and so they fixed it for me, put a new one in and updated it, and so I don't have to worry about that. So anyway, awesome stuff. So just thought I'd let you guys know. Hey, a couple other things that are completely not tractor related. I do some woodworking on the side, and I've been practicing cutting my own dovetails. I don't know if any of you guys are woodworkers on that follow this channel, but man, is that just unique and fun and fascinating and challenging. I've been getting better. This is only maybe my third attempt, but this is oak, and they're through dovetails, they're hand cut, no machines used whatsoever, just all hand tools. It's worked pretty good. The products that I use, this isn't sponsored at all, it's just fun to talk about. First thing I use is the Zinsser Bullseye seal coat. It's a sanding sealer, and it raises the grain, it makes it pop, it just looks really, really nice. And like it just seals the grain basically, and you can sand it down. And then after that, for stuff like this that's not taking a lot of abuse, it's just mainly decorative, then I'll use the Old Masters Crystal Clear Paste Wax. It doesn't have a yellow tint to it, it's clear. And so I really like using this for a finish polish. This method right here is super quick versus using a polyurethane, especially oil-based, because it takes so long to dry. But here I'll try to show you what this looks like in the sunshine. So here you can see the sheen to it, and that's that paste wax finish. Really nice. Just goes on super easy. Let it dry, buff it off. You get that real nice sheen to it. But yeah, they turned out all right. Sorry, I'm getting some of the camera features in the way there, but through dovetails, and this is just oak, so not bad. If any of you all are woodworkers, this is a really fun hobby to get into. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is I got two old jet skis here. This is a 93 Sea-Doo XP, and that's a 96 Sea-Doo XP. I don't know if any of y'all had any of these types of models of jet skis, but they are super, super fun. Had them now for a couple years. Anyway, I'm planning on selling them, just fixing them up. Rebuilt the carburetor on this one. I never touched that one. That one is perfectly fine. I bought these probably about 4 years ago. Had my fun with them, and now it's time for someone else. So anyway, these are just super fun machines. Hey, just for kicks, this bucket I have attached right here is the Redline Systems 60-inch bucket. It's about a half a yard. This is the standard 53-inch bucket that comes on the 1025R. It will literally fit inside of this one, so you can see how much more volume it is. Many of you probably don't have a use for something this large, but I do when it comes to snow removal and light materials, and I do use it for dirt once in a while. I may not get a heaping scoop, but I want to make sure that it's also not too much stress in the front axle. So anyway, just thought I'd show you that. I think it's kind of cool that this one literally fit inside of it. Well, the journey begins on the cleaning. Got some debris here. Thought I saw another one. What's up here? Hey, when I was placing this camera, I also remembered that this past fall, November, October-ish, we had a buck around here. I think he's like I don't know, he's either a basket like 6 or an 8. I did see him far from the road one day. There's several trees on our property. I don't know how many, maybe I can count them by the end of the video, but he got into quite a few. You know, they take their antlers and they rub up on these trees, and where we live, there's kind of a valley, and at the end of the valley there's a lot of weeds, and so there's a good place for them to bed, and so they typically like to bed down there. And there's a little pond down there, so they got water source and food source with all the trees and stuff around here, so it's pretty good habitat for wildlife. Neighbors have said that they've seen like cows and horses in their yards just from the local farmers, them getting out. So but anyway, I'm hoping this tree survives. It's really a pretty tree. It's still fairly young. But like I said, there are several, even lilac bushes and stuff. So we'll see how they fare this spring and this summer. But another thing is that if you're looking to do some pruning of your trees, right now is a good time to do it before the big bloom. Typically, the best time to prune your trees is late fall or early spring before the growing season, and that's because it gives time for the tree to heal itself as it grows. So if you cut it mid-season, it typically might do more damage than good. So right now, if you need to prune any of your trees in your property, now is probably the time to do it. You know, admittedly, I think most of this garbage is ours. Evidently we didn't secure it well enough. But the winds here are predominantly from the northwest, so this is, you know, this makes perfect sense to where these pieces of rubbish are. Wow, you got boxes in here. And technically this tree line that I'm cleaning up isn't really on technically our property, but it is our garbage, or at least it came from our property, so common courtesy is you clean it up, right? Well, I brought a handy rake with me. I understand that I may not be able to get every single piece out of the trees, but well, the rake will help my reach. Tools, huh? Much better than bending over. Wow, there's more garbage back here than I originally thought. I realize I'm probably making a bigger mess, but my goal is to get it all out here, then I'll bunch it all up and put it in the bucket. But for now, just get it out of the woods. It's like a giant dustpan. Hey guys, I need to take a break for a minute. I'm breaking a sweat, and that's, well, unacceptable. But hey, while we take a little break here for a moment, I wanted to talk about some of the trees we have on our property. We really like the variety that we have. The previous homeowners, I think, had done a lot of this work, but since then, some of them have overgrown a little bit. And earlier I mentioned that now would be a good time to prune some of your trees if you're looking to do that on your property. And I need to do that on ours a little bit. If you look down this lane, you can see that the right-hand side is overgrown so much that it's really hard to get, by with a lawnmower. And this tree right here is known as a Sea Buckthorn. I think there's a few other different names for it, but the end of the branches are like needles. They're very sharp. So I don't desire to get one of these to the face or to the eye. That could be a catastrophe if that happened. And I've had a few close calls already. So anyway, I want to take care of some of these. I almost thought about taking them all out because I didn't understand their purpose. But once I learned about the tree, these are some berries that are left over from last year. And they don't seem to bloom every year, but these little berries, from what I learned, are used in like cosmetics. So they have very strong healing properties. You can eat a handful of these and get your full dose of vitamin C for the day. And so these are loaded with vitamin C. I guess they're extremely healthy. I don't know much about them. I did eat some before. They're very tart, but sometimes they can also be sweet too. It just depends on your palate, I guess. And then to my right, your left, is a bunch of chokecherry trees, which are, and you can make chokecherry jam, and I think they even make pies out of them and so forth, but they are toxic if you don't, if you eat them raw, I think. So don't eat chokecherries raw. I think you got to cook them first, or the seeds or something. Something about them is toxic. But anyway, they can be very tasty if you prepare them right. Part of the other thing about having trees, though, is you got to maintain them and take care of them and kind of inspect them once in a while. So I mentioned that we had a buck that came through here and rubbed up a few of these trees. A lot of the chokecherry trees have got a lot of the damage, but a few of our lilac bushes and stuff, they also got attacked by the buck. So hopefully they will survive. But one of the other things is webworms. I don't really know much about webworms, but I do know that the webs that can grow on the trees, and they get large, and if you don't control it in time, it can actually destroy the whole tree. So we had a number of those last summer. It got really hot, and anyway, they grew, and I had to spray some insecticide on them and kill them. And I hope they didn't do much damage, but they didn't get too large, so thankfully that was okay. Hey, if any of you on the channel watching right now is an arborist, please tune in. That will be a major help to me, probably a major help to some of the viewers that have, trees that they just need more knowledge of, or maybe you're not an arborist and maybe you're just really good at taking care of trees. But either way, tune in if you would. That'd be super helpful to me and to many of the viewers on some tips and tricks on how to take care of some of these. Hey, there it is, folks. Thanks for joining us today, spending the beautiful day with us. Super nice out today. We're just happy to be outside. Much better than 40 degrees below zero. So, hey, stay tuned with us. Like and subscribe. We have a lot of good projects coming up this summer. Next up is probably mostly garden tilling and lawn leveling, and all of our spring and summer projects, tree cleanup, that type of stuff is going to be coming forward. So love for you to have you join us, and stay tuned, and thanks for tuning in, and hope you all have a good day.